When it comes to working in cloud environments, there are a number of storage options that are mentioned in the Network Plus objectives. And so I want to talk about them here. Keep in mind that as cloud computing continues to push the envelope of efficiency, of ease of use, of scalability, data storage is just following right along with that. Storing data in the cloud provides a few very obvious advantages. First of all, your storage is just naturally off site. And so you already have a copy of your data offsite in case there's a local disaster or situation that causes your data to be threatened. And the next one is when you're storing your data in the cloud, it's available from any device, any location, as long as you have internet access. And this is really huge because we can start to sync things across multiple devices. We can start to work on documents in a team and everybody can access from multiple locations. You always have your documents available. You never get somewhere and, oh no, those are on my disk back at the office, that sort of thing. And data security is managed simply by using encryption. We'll use local encryption to encrypt our data where it's stored out there on the cloud. And then we'll use encryption to pass that data back and forth as it's traversing the network. So storage has gotten really cool. Now, there are a few storage technologies that you should be aware of for the Network Plus exam. And on each one of these, it would be well worth your while to go read a little bit. We're talking about iSCSI, jumbo frames, fiber channel, network attached storage, and storage area network, or a SAN. Now, these five technologies you just need to be familiar with. You may see these mentioned on the exam, and especially we're going to talk about those last two, network attached storage, NAS, and storage area network, SAN. Let's start with iSCSI. SCSI gave us the ability to connect disk drives, printers, etc. to a computer and gave us a lot faster throughput and everything was cool with SCSI. Well, guess what? iSCSI extends SCSI functionality over the internet. And it works really well with virtualization. You're going to find that the way virtual machines can work with storage pools and some other things, there's a lot of really cool stuff happening with storage. Jumbo frames, this is a term you're going to hear, and this is really cool stuff. Originally, Ethernet data frames, or data packets if you want to think of them that way, were designed to carry up to 1,500 bytes of data payload. So that was kind of cool. But now that we're starting to work with and deal with and move around a whole lot more data, jumbo frames have come along and they can carry up to 9,000 bytes. Now, this is the very same thing as carrying a little bit of furniture in your pickup truck or renting one of those big, 20-foot trucks, box trucks. You can carry a lot more furniture in one trip. And that's exactly what's happening here with these jumbo frames. The number of data packets and the overhead on the network are greatly reduced. Less CPU resources are required to manage all that has to happen with a lot fewer data packets that are moving through. And so jumbo frames can really make a big difference in moving a lot of data around, especially in storage situations. Fiber channel, this is a high-speed network technology that's primarily used to connect computer data storage. FCOE, or fiber channel over Ethernet, extends it out to TCP/IP environments, and you can use this to create high-speed implementations up to 10 gigabits per second. Now that's quick. We are taking advantage of fiber optic networks here. And then the last two, network attached storage, or NAS. This operates really as a file server. It's specialized for this task, usually by its hardware, its software, or the configuration of all those elements. Now, this tends to be a device that you just kind of purchase. You sit out there and connect to it, and it's implemented as a computer appliance, and it's simplified, but it's also a centralized network storage. You can access them over wireless and so forth. And so that is just simply called network attached storage. It's easier and much less expensive to set up and maintain than a storage area network, but it's not quite as big or as powerful as a storage area network. Now, a SAN, or a storage area network, is a dedicated network that provides access to consolidated block level data storage as a disk. Now, most things use file level storage. Pretty much any other kind of storage you're using is file level storage, but block level allows us to kind of go a little lower with this and move a lot more data Now, keep in mind NAS, or network attached storage. If I use that and connect it to my network, it will appear to a client machine as a file server that allows the user to map shares as drives, right? So I can go in and map a Z drive to that thing and get to it. Storage area networks, or SAN, appears as a disk, and it looks and feels in every way like a disk. It's visible in your disk and volume utilities. You can format it. You can do all kind of cool stuff. So that's the main difference. Make sure you understand that main difference between NAS and SAN. But there's a lot of storage options out there. Another area to go read about some. The more you know about this, the better. But again, the marriage and the combination of virtualization, the cloud, and then the storage technologies that are building that can be used over the internet are really creating for some highly efficient, very cost effective solutions that just simply weren't possible just a few years earlier.